Hello, let me lower this music. Happy New Year. It's your girl Aisha, founder and CEO of Bossy Cosmetics, and this is our first Bossy Chats of the year. So let me put down, let me put down the topic of discussion. Hold on for a second. Bossy Chats. Meet Lola Okunola of, one second. Hi. Happy New Year, everybody. Hold on. Let me get myself together. Okay. Contempo Africano. Let's see. Woo! Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hello. Okay, guys, let me turn this music off. Okay. Exciting. Happy New Year. It's your girl Aisha. Hi, Wei. Hi, Tokwe. Hi, Mom. Okay, I've just accepted her. Okay, let's see. I am very, very, very excited to be having this conversation. It's the first Bossy Chats of the year. Lola, are you on? Request to join. When someone joins, you can see your videos. 1 second. Let's make sure we don't have. Okay, let me see if I invited you to join, Lola. So let's see if that works. Uh-oh, says you are unable to join. This might be because of, Lola, can you type in there what problem you're having?
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me well? Let me get my AirPods on.
Hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you so well.
Yay.
So I was just saying, Happy New Year to everybody. Let me see if AirPods work. Excited to be having this conversation. We did this a lot more in 2020. We do these monthly conversations with women that I think are unbelievably amazing, introducing them to our community. Hi, Mi Amiga Speaks. Hello.
Hello.
And so you are our first episode of 2022. I am super excited to introduce you. So I'll just quickly do my little rundown of who you are. And then I will start, you will then do your own rundown of who you are, and I'll be waving to folks as they come in. I just put a description, Bossy Chats, meet Lola Okunola of Contempo Africano. So guys, Lola is a good friend of mine. I've known her for, I don't know, maybe 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, about 11.
Yeah, about 11 years. So for a while. And I think that she is a phenomenal woman for so many reasons. Now, let's not even talk about why I think she's a phenomenal friend, a phenomenal mom, a phenomenal wife, a phenomenal cook. What I think is really amazing is, and we're going to talk about it today, like your transition from corporate life to entrepreneurship, and then back to corporate life, and then back to entrepreneurship, and then doing everything together while also mothering, wifing, friending, daughtering. So I just think that you're a testament to trying new things, putting your toe in the water, becoming so good at things that you've never done before, because I think so many times women feel like they need to be super skilled at things before they do them. And I think you are such a testament of, I have an idea, I really want to go with it, and I'm just going to jump in, and you do it so well. So this is my introduction. Hi, Lola.
Hi.
So now, she is amazing, someone says. So I'm going to let you, in under a minute, tell us, who are you? Introduce yourself.
Wow. So I am, like you said, I'm Lola Okunola, aka Lola Okunola. And I thank you for having me. Happy New Year, everyone. So, gosh, I'm a lot of things in one. I would first say that I am a mom, I'm a wife, I am a professional marketer, I'm an entrepreneur. I have been working since I was 17 years old. I've worked in all kinds of industries. I'm a creative, first of all. although I started my career in IT, and I moved to Nigeria after my first 10 years in corporate world, which is when I met the wonderful Aisha. Um, she had this amazing school where my kids went to, and we just hit it off. And in Nigeria, I started a business. It's called Royal Pops Popsicles. It's still in existence. It's doing very well. We are in our 10th year. Whoop, whoop.
Wow.
Um,
A lot of female-owned businesses do not last 10 years, so that is an unbelievable testament. But we will keep on. Let me let you finish introducing yourself.
Yeah, so 10 years of Royal Pops, finding distribution, just working my way, finding my way through a challenging environment, Nigeria, but still we have pushed through, and I've made it a household name. I mean, we're in over 30 stores, and we sell thousands of popsicles every month still. So after about 6 years, we moved back to the States, to Atlanta to be specific. And I had to decide, do I want to continue my business here? Do I want to go into the corporate world? What do I do? So I started entrepreneurship again. I started Royal Pops here in Atlanta. After about a year, I realized doing business, a food business for me anyway, I felt it was more, it was easier. Even though Nigeria is challenging, it just was easier for me. I was already in the system there. I didn't want to start spinning the wheels here. Labor is a lot cheaper there. And so I decided to just stop doing Royal Pops here, focus on Nigeria, and then get back into my marketing. And so I've been working as a marketing consultant for about 4 years. I've worked with so many different companies, small to mid-sized businesses, restaurants, all kinds of people, anchors, authors, people, just different people, helping them manage their brands and manage their social media and anything to do with marketing. So in 2019 or 2018, I had surgery. And as I was getting over my surgery, as you would crave food, I started craving art. It was so weird. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to get up and paint something.
So hold on. Because this is where we're getting into the very interesting bits. So you are clearly just having surgery. So obviously not a walk in the park.
No.
Had you been painting before that?
So as a child, I would say my first introduction to painting was 7th grade in secondary school in Nigeria. And I remember my art teacher I was so intrigued. It was like the first time I ever learned about mixed media. I mean, we were breaking glass, and we were using it to make art, and we were using rice, and we were making paper mache. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? I want to do this for the rest of my life. And then of course, you know what gets cut first, right? When the budget is tight.
Yeah.
So art was cut in the first year. That was it. And so a few years later, towards the end of secondary school, I took on technical drawing, and I was like, oh my God, I love this. I'm going to be an architect. Everyone that knew me knew I was going to be an architect. Then I came to America, got into college, and I was like, I'm not going to be an architect. They make $30,000 a year. That's not going to be enough. And then I was like, what's the highest paying job? IT, boom, I popped into that. And so I got into IT, and then I never had the chance or the time to be creative again, right?
Can I break up there? Because I think that I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I was telling her that sometimes the journey of a first generation American is so important to tell, because it really explains a lot of our decision making. When you don't come from privilege, You don't have the words of what's my passion, what's my purpose. Oh my God, I'm so
No.
excited, I'm so in love. It's like, I gotta pay the bills. I
I
need
gotta
money. I gotta pay off my loans. I gotta do all these things. And so, yeah, you like technical drawing and all these things, but you're like, $30,000 a year? No, not gonna work.
No. So anyway, yeah. So like I said, I didn't have a chance to paint again or even think about art until 2019. So I'm sitting, I'm recovering from this surgery. And like I said, I was like, what is this? Like, I can't wait to paint. And so as soon as I was able to get up, I was like, okay, I'm going to the art store. And I did. And I remember the first day I was up till, like, I didn't sleep the whole night. I was just going crazy. And I remember sending you and I think Rama and my mom and my sister. I was like, hey, look what I did. And I remember you saying, what kind of surgery did you have? Was that brain surgery? Or like, yeah. Like, how did you do this? When did you start doing this? I was like, oh my God, do you like it? And then I was like, okay, well, let me just keep on doing it. I couldn't stop. And then my son said, Mom, you need an Instagram page. You need to start putting your art on Instagram. I'm like, what for? He's like, just put it out there. And the rest is history. I put my art out on Instagram and one DM after another. Oh, I like that. Oh, I want to buy that. Oh, I want to do a collaboration. Oh, we want to have you in our gallery. I mean, it's just been one thing after another. And then the pandemic hit, right?
So hold on. Before you go further, I want to show the shirt I'm wearing, which is, so this is one of your drawings. Yes, the fruit lady. And so tell me, so you drew this with pencil on paper. Okay.
Pencil on paper.
And so,
I mean, art for me. So when I did that, it was like literally having dessert. So after dinner, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to sketch something. And then that's just one of the things I would do. And I would just, put in my little sketch pad and then the next day I'll do another one. And so this designer contacted me. And at first I was like, this is fraud. Like, there's so many artists online. Like, are you serious? She's like, I really like your sketches. Can I put them on t-shirts? And I was like, okay, let me check her out. Well, she's legit. Okay. This collaboration started, and honestly, it's been wonderful. It's even inspired me because I'm like, oh, I could do more with my art, right? It's not just the sketch.
So hold on. So now you have this drawing, which can be purchased as a drawing on its own, right? And can be put in your home or whatever. And then you can also put it on t-shirts. So you and I have it on a green t-shirt, but you can put it on a yellow t-shirt, black t-shirt, blue t-shirt. You have hoodies.
Color. I've got hoodies, I've got mugs, I've got bags, I hand paint bags now. I mean, like, I've just done so much that even I'm like, oh my God. I mean, and everything just happened. So the bags didn't start till last year. So the sketches were kind of what I started out with. And then I started doing portraits, and I love mixed media. So I use a lot of paper and glass and whatever kind of texture I can find. And early last year, still in the pandemic, I was like, you know what? Let me start hand painting on bags, leather bags. Started doing that. Those took off really well as well. And then my word for last year was courage. I think you have a lipstick by the name of Courage.
Yes, I do.
And I said, okay, it's not enough to just do this. Like, you have to have the courage to step out in faith. It can't just be posting on Instagram. So one morning I was like, you know what? I'm going to call West Elm and I'm just going to introduce myself and let's see how that goes. And that's what I did. And they were like, send me an email and let me know. But we just want to see what your art looks like. And then within 20 minutes, they were like, oh, we would love to have you. And the rest is history. I've done like 10 West Elm pop-ups, all the Atlanta stores. I've been invited to Houston, to Florida. I have my art permanently in Houston, in their showroom. It's been there for months. One of the stores here had my art for months as well. It's just unbelievable. I love it. It's like food to my soul. It doesn't feel like work at all.
Wow.
But I do all this in conjunction with still running Royal Pop. So I wake up at like 4 in the morning because the calls start coming in and the orders start coming in. And I do all of my own communication with the stores and the customers, believe it or not, all the invoicing and the management of the staff. Of course, my wonderful family in Nigeria is very helpful. I couldn't have done it without them as well. But it's still a lot of work. So my day starts at about 4 and I address Royal Pops till about 7, 8 in the morning. And then I start with my marketing job.
Jesus.
And then I do that till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. And then after that, of course, I'm a mom, checking homework, making dinner. And then when dinner is done, then I might paint or
and let's be clear, guys. I have been the beneficiary of her cooking multiple times. When she says she's making dinner, it's not like ramen noodles and a boiled egg. It's a spread, and it's a well put together spread. The lady can cook, so I don't know how you do all this stuff, but let's keep going.
But you've become a cook too. I mean, Madam Oxtails today, and lamb chops tomorrow.
You inspire me. I gotta tell you, you inspire me. I mean, I became a jollof rice aficionado. Because one time we were in Croatia together, and you just like whipped together some ingredients and made the most delicious jollof rice. I was like, man, I have got to learn what she knows how to do. So no, jokes aside though, what I think is really amazing about your story that I think people will really connect with is this idea that you can do kind of left brain, right brain all in one life. Like life is about living the multiple parts of who you are.
Yeah.
And so you had this corporate life, which we haven't talked about yet, but I'd love for us to talk about that because you know, kind of did the right thing. You did college and got the job and did all that stuff. But, you know, you had this entrepreneurial itch, which you scratched with Royal Pops, and you grew that business on your, you know, with your family support, but largely, you know, you driving it. And then what I want to talk, so I want to talk about your corporate life just a little bit, but then I also want to talk about how you decided, because you touched briefly on when you came back to the US, you started Royal Pops here and just decided, you know what, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to focus on Royal Pops in Nigeria. That's like a winning formula, and then I'm going to do some other stuff here, which we've now, you know, talked about your marketing role. And how did you decide to call it quits? Because I think that a lot of people see changing your mind about a decision as failure, and I see it as learning. I see it as try something, learn from it, and move on. So can you talk about how you made that call and what you learned from it? Do you think you made a mistake in there? What did you learn from it? Because I think it's really important to share that lesson as well.
So I think a lot of us think that courage is just the courage to do something and take the step to start something, invent something. But courage is also knowing when to stop and being able to actually take that step, right? So, and then also listening to your heart. I mean, I know it might sound very religious or spiritual, but really and truly, you have to listen to yourself. There's something in us that tells us, you know, when something is right, when it's not right. So I started Royal Pops here, and honestly, God was faithful. I mean, within a month, I had distribution. I was in 3 stores here, but I just didn't have that feeling that it was going to go as far as it has gone in Nigeria. Coupled with the fact that the cost of labor is astronomical here, and it is a lot of work, like physical work, to do a food business here in America, right? I mean, in Nigeria, I have a factory, I have workers. I mean, I just literally go in and I'm like, do this, do that, and all of that. But here, I'm the one doing the supplies, I'm the one doing the production, I'm the one stocking the stores.
I hear you.
And I was like, oh my God, this is a lot, and not for that much money, to be honest. I mean, it's a lot. And then there's so much competition here. So much competition. So I was like, how far can my dollars really go here? am I going to spend the dollars I have to compete with big brands here? Or am I going to just be the queen of pops in Nigeria, where I'm already doing business, where I'm already known, I'm already strategically placed? And so, of course, I talked to my husband, who thought, oh, no, just wait, give it a little bit, you know. But something in me was like, look, this thing is not working. So I remember he was traveling. And as soon as I dropped him off at the airport, I went to the shared kitchen. I packed up all the stuff. I got a storage unit, and I put everything in there.
I'm done.
And I was like,
I'm done.
And the relief I felt told me right then and there, I did the right thing. Like, for days, I was relieved. I was like, oh, I know I did the right thing. Like, now I can focus on what I know, what I enjoy doing. I mean, there's no need going up an escalator that's coming down. Like, it's just, you know, if you don't have to.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to recognize that.
I think so. And it's this notion of discernment, right? Because I think that our hustle culture right now and our positivity culture is don't give up, you're a loser if you give up. And it's no.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in fact, the way I like to think about it is you want to give up as quickly as possible if it's not working, and learn from that thing, because the learnings from this mistake or this challenge or tribulation or failure is what will be your blessing later.
Absolutely.
Right? And just delaying that is delaying the blessing, or maybe even, you know, foregoing the blessing. And so whenever I hear people say, don't quit, you know, only losers quit, I'm like, I think this is really bad what we're putting out there, because if you think that every single thing you attempt is going to be successful, you are ignorant. And, you know, you are naive, because that's not the way. If you listen to successful people talk about their path,
lots of failures,
lots of mistakes, lots of blind stuff, all of that stuff. So I thank you for sharing that, because I think that a lot of times people, and that's why when I was posting about this, I was like, we're going to talk about your motivations, your inspirations, your successes, your challenges, failures. I always want to talk about that when we do the Bossy chats, because I don't want anybody to ever, you know, sort of idolize anybody that I have on the show without really understanding that we are all living, and we make mistakes. We are all living, we make mistakes, we're human. And, you know, as you said, you don't want to appear spiritual, but that is what holds so many of us together, is our belief in God, that, you know, he wants us to do some things he doesn't want us to do, and we need to respond to it pretty quickly. Wow. So tell me, you were on a major network. I think it was CBS.
Oh, yeah.
And on a major TV show. You need to drop how that happened, because, I mean, what? First of all, say what happened, and then tell us how it happened and what the impact was.
So, how did this happen? Another example of
say what happened first. So your artwork was literally on the wall.
Oh, yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Say what happened.
So my artwork, about four art pieces were featured on Bob Hart's Abishola. The first episode of season 3, Coming to Lagos, where they actually like showed Lagos and everything. My art was in Dele's room in Lagos. And oh my God, like I'm still like beside myself. I can't believe that.
I have the video. I posted the video of you like screaming. Tell me, how did it happen? How did it feel? Because sometimes you've talked about not having a definitive art background, but just like as a young child having that hunger. And then not, ignoring the hunger for many years and then just picking up on it, to in a matter of 2 or 3 years, you're now on a network television show.
Yeah.
How did it happen and how did it feel?
Oh my God, it felt unbelievable. It still feels unbelievable. Like when I got the contract from Warner Brothers, I was like, oh my God, what is Warner Brothers? But did happen. So I have my art in an art store here in Atlanta. It's the art store is like over 100 years old, and they've been amazing since day one. And so again, like, I'm just brave sometimes. I'm like, hey, can I have my art in here? They're like, sure. So like 2 years ago, I just put my art piece in there. And so you walk into the store and my art's there and it has my name and my information. And so one day, someone sent me an email for actually another TV show. It's for ABC. And I was like, oh my God, this is another major TV show. I was like, oh my God, they want my art. Like, I'm freaking out. I can't believe it. And then I'm like, this is something. Like, I wonder, I'm like, I never thought, I never thought anybody would even think of art on TV. Like you see these things, you see art on TV, you see it in stores, and you don't even think about it, right? So I was like, oh my God, people want to put art on TV. Interesting. And then like 3 weeks later, an actress on Ballpark's Abishola who follows me sends me a DM. I'm making dinner, and she's like, hey, we are in the middle of the shoot and we need some art. And do you think you have any available? I'm like,
yeah.
Like all of a sudden I couldn't like operate my phone anymore. Like I just couldn't do it. I was like, help, how do I find the images? She's like, the art director is gonna call you now. I'm like, okay. 2 minutes, the art director's calling me.
Love it.
And I'm like,
can I just say,
I can't believe this is happening.
People say people are lucky. I'm like, preparation and hard work, and they meet as luck. Keep going. Yes. Love it.
Yes.
That's how you let God bless you.
You have
by being prepared and being out there.
Yeah. And so the art director calls and she's like, so I'm going through your website and we really like this, and that. Do you think do you have them? Like, yeah, I have all my images, like even those that have sold. And she's like, you have them now? I'm like, yeah, I can email them to you right now. She's like, wonderful. Let's get going. We're shooting tonight, so we need them immediately. No lie. Like I emailed it to them. The contract came through. I think they paid me that night even. Like it was so fast. When I tell you that when God does something, it's like lightning. You can be waiting for years, but when he's ready, it like
just is suddenly.
I could not sleep that night. Like I couldn't sleep a wink. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe this happened. And then, so this was like a month before the show aired, right? So I already had this reaction. I already know it's coming. Then it came on TV. And then I had another night where I couldn't sleep because I was like, what?
I know.
They really put it on TV.
I know.
So I just love that happened. And I pray for many, many, many more opportunities like that. Since that has happened, it's opened more doors, it's brought on more awareness and I've sold more things and, it's just been great. What can I say,
I think this is such an amazing story for so many reasons, right? And I think that, just this element of following your heart, following your passion, and not necessarily, this, I'm going to quit my day job to follow my passion, but you said you were just post-surgery and you had this desire to paint, right? You didn't say I'm going to be on CBS. You just followed your heart, and that is what is
just for fun. Exactly. I didn't even think about monetizing it at all.
Exactly. I think that's really a message, is that we really need to listen to our intuition. We need to lean into the things that really excite us, that ignite us, that we think, I'm very into the uniqueness of who you are. Like in my running Bossy Cosmetics, I actually believe there is nobody that can do what I'm specifically doing better than me. I feel I was born to run this company. And it's challenging, it's hard, but it's from being out there. That's the other thing I wanted to say, is that, your son, God bless him, said, Mom, you need to put this on social media. Like
Yeah.
I tell people, if you are running a business and you are not promoting yourself and what you create on social media, you're just not serious, right? And
Yeah.
so that's another thing is put yourself out there. And what is the worst that can
Yeah.
happen? Somebody will say no. I mean,
No.
you went and put your stuff in an art store.
For you. But you know,
And
it's
had no
funny what
idea.
you're saying. So you
Yeah.
see what you're saying. We were raised, I don't know about you, but I think a lot of us Nigerians were raised to be humble. Don't toot your own
Mm-hmm.
horn. Don't put yourself
Mm-hmm.
out there. If it's going
Mm-hmm.
well, cover it up. So this is
Mm-hmm.
very different. Like I literally have to talk myself into things. Like you can do
Yeah.
it. You deserve it. You
Yeah.
need to do it. You
Yeah.
need to put yourself out there. If you don't put yourself out there, how are they gonna know? And then my son and my husband and my family. I mean, you,
Yes.
I mean, it takes a village, right? You need a
Yeah.
good clique. You need a good clique of people that can encourage you and inspire you and tell you, hey, you need to do this. You can do this. You need to be here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
naturally, I don't think that we are people, at least for me, I was raised to really be like humble. You don't toot your own horn, we don't do that. So this is different. This whole social media era, we have
Yeah.
to come out of that shell because if you're not on there, how are they gonna know? I mean, you're almost
Absolutely.
irrelevant. Like it's social media is a way of building credibility now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
people, the first thing they do is they check you out, they Google
Absolutely.
you. And if you
Absolutely.
don't have any social media presence, then it's like, are they
Yeah.
even worth doing business with? So
Exactly.
it's important.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I feel like those of us in Gen X, we didn't grow up on social media, which I'm actually grateful for because I think that if I was in
Yeah.
secondary school and there was Instagram, God knows what I would be today. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy for the
I won't
sheltered
be
life
able to
that I had.
focus.
I would not have focused. I'm not even sure I would have been a college grad at this point. So let's just be happy that I didn't have all this access and exposure. And it came at this point. But
Yeah.
I think these Gen Z folks, they have been raised on this. This is their, like,
This is their
that's the
life.
way, that's how they
Yeah.
communicate with each other. And so
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we need to be Gen Z, but we really need to adapt our businesses
Absolutely.
into today's world of communication. And there's so much upside from it. I'm also learning in my own business as well, is just really coming into my own around being the CEO of the company, being the face of the company. I remember when I first started, a
Mm-hmm.
number of people would say to me, you don't want to be the face of your business, like put the business before and kind of don't show
Yeah.
up. And that was not good advice. As I continued to grow the business, I
Yeah.
realized that it's a balance. I mean, I don't always have to be
Yeah.
in front of the business, but the reason it's important for me to be the chief storyteller is that I'm in a highly competitive and fragmented space. There are
Yeah.
1,010,000,000 cosmetics companies. So why is Bossy Cosmetics different?
Right.
I've got to continue to tell that story to really illuminate the difference. And
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like what you've done and what you're doing, is amazing, but you're doing it. People will buy your art because of you. Like it's
Yeah.
beautiful, but they
Thank
need to see
you.
it. They need to discover it.
Yes, they have to see it. And then people love to hear the stories, like when I do pop-ups, I do very well because people like to talk to you, like they want to
Yeah,
hear your story and nobody can sell your product, your service, whatever it is you're selling better than
yeah.
yourself.
Absolutely.
So and with Royal Pops, I think I was spoiled. I didn't have to be the face of Royal Pops. I mean, people didn't even know it was me for years. I think there's still people that don't even know it's me, right? Because hey, it's just a product. Go buy it in a store. I just felt like no one needed to know. But this is very different. So, it's my second business, but it's very different. Like I'm having to talk more about it and show
Yeah.
my face and put my name on it, which is fun.
So tell me, okay, I love to ask this question. I hope it won't bother you, but what do you think has been the biggest mistake in business that you've made? So either in a
Oh,
job or business or whatever, like what's the biggest mistake? Because I always feel like let's share our mistakes so that people don't have to repeat them.
my biggest mistake. Let's see. Huh. I can't really
Or something
think
that you
of.
wish you knew, what you know now and you wish you knew
Yeah.
years ago.
Well, I mean, I would say, will I call coming to America with Royal Pops a mistake? No, I would call it a learning opportunity, but maybe it could also be a mistake because I did spend a lot of money that, I didn't recoup, but I needed to try it, right? I would say if something is working, like Lagos was working, I would say that, just stick to what works. It's good to explore, but if it's not broken, don't
Don't fix it.
mess with it. Really,
Yeah.
don't. In business, don't mess with it. Now, another thing I would say that I wish, and I wouldn't call this a mistake, I would just say it's something I wish for. I think I would have loved to have a partner in Royal Pop. I know people say that, oh God, partnerships are like a marriage, and it can be very ugly. But I do feel like sometimes, oh gosh, I wish I had like someone else that had a stake in it, that we could kind of
Yeah.
share the burdens.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
feel that way
I
with
mean,
Bossy, by the way.
you do?
I
That's
do, yeah.
interesting. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
see like companies where they have co-founders, and I kind of feel like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like they can both sort of rest. Like, the burden doesn't
Mm-hmm.
fall on just one person, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to get it right, right? I mean, if you have the wrong partner, it could really be tragic. So that's just something I think about sometimes. Like, I wonder. But then again, when I started, I didn't know. I started in my kitchen. I don't know we were going to be in stores and do all these things. And, of course, as you know, I had so many challenges, and I'd come and tell you, and you'd be like,
I
oh, do you want to
know.
hear about my day? Oh, let me tell you what
I
happened.
know, right?
And I'll be like, oh,
I
okay.
know, trading
I
in
have it
misery.
good.
So where are
But
you going
yeah.
with Contempo Africano? Where are you going? Where do you see this going? Considering the
Oh, my
fact that you have
goodness.
a day job, right? So
I
this is
know.
also talking about, people with successful side hustles, because I know a lot of women either
Wow.
have side hustles or want to have side hustles, but ultimately their goal is for the side hustle to end up being the main hustle.
Main
So
hustle, yeah.
is that what your goal is, or where are you with this
So
journey?
I think ultimately that is my goal, but I really am finding value in still being in the corporate world, right? Because things are changing so quickly. So I'm able
Yeah.
to leverage my job, my experience from there, the different applications and technologies. I mean, they are changing so quickly. I mean, every 6 months there's something new.
Yeah.
And I think that, it's good to be in in all of that. Sometimes if you're just by yourself running your own business, do you have the time to go and
Mm,
learn something new?
mm, mm, mm,
I mean, I don't
mm.
know, you tell me, but I have found it very useful to be in the workforce and have my own thing as well, because I'm able to leverage what I do with my own in my own businesses. Now, ultimately, I would love to be able to partner or do a collaboration with a huge designer like a Louis Vuitton or Gucci or
Let's put it
Balenciaga
out there. Let's put
or
it out there. Let's put it out
Bottega.
there.
I would love that. Like, that would be, oh my God, if that happens, I'm just going to focus on that. Okay. I would love to have my own fashion line, where, I have unique images on pieces, whether it's shoes or bags or jackets or shirts or whatever it is. I mean, how you see certain clothes or designers and you recognize them from afar. I want
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm going ultimately. I mean, and then I
Okay.
want to also get into homes as well.
Yeah.
So not just apparel, but like furniture.
Yeah.
Why not? Why
Yeah.
not do
Yeah.
something different? Wallpaper, pillows,
All right, so
whatever,
you're in
curtains.
this whole like you want to design, you want to create, you
Yeah.
want to upholster, like you want to see your artwork and
Yeah.
your stuff on curtains, on drapes, on chairs, and
Everything.
whatever. Everything.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I
So
love
that's,
it. Put
yeah.
it out there. Let's manifest. Let's manifest this. I'm
Yes.
all about that. I'm all about that.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I think my
Yeah.
final question to you, you know, you are a wife and a mom and a daughter and a friend and all these other things outside of the work that we've spent the last 40 minutes talking about. How do you,
Gosh, it's been 40 minutes already?
I know, it goes by so quickly. How do you, so I'm looking at the time, I'm like, okay, let me make sure I get all my questions in. But I kind of feel like the personal side, I never want us to only talk about business, right? Like, how do you know, I don't believe in this work-life balance because life is just like a bunch of stuff, including family, and business, and da, 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 da. So how do you, I think your husband's on. I think I saw him join. So hi,
Yeah, he
Mario.
did join. I hope he's still
Yeah.
there.
How do you still show up for yourself, show up for your family, show up for your children? How do you be Lola, who's not the artist and the marketing person? Like, how do you do that without falling apart?
So the way I look at life is like going through the airport with your hand luggage and all your bags and your handbag and your laptop. That's life. Like, just be going with everything. There's no like
Moving with a whole bunch of stuff, man.
just be moving. There's no like, oh, we're gonna put the laptop down here. Nah, we need to move because you know what? You look back and 5 years have gone by. 10 years have gone by. And you were trying to focus on this one thing, and now you couldn't be creative, or you couldn't be a good mom, or you couldn't be a good wife. Now, okay, someone might say, okay, come on, that's really, really hard to juggle, but do the best you can to juggle everything. Having a supportive family is very, very important. I mean, I see your mom is on here. Your mom is always there. You post something, she's liking it. I'm sure you have an issue, you're calling her. My mom is the same way. You know, my husband is the same way. When I'm up at 4 a.m. in the morning and I'm doing Royal Pop stuff, I know I'm, bothering him, but he knows he knows it's what I have to do. Same with my children. So I'm working all the time. If I'm sitting in carpool, I'm doing an invoice or I'm doing something for someone. And I think I've just gotten so used to that to be honest with you, I don't even want to be idle. Like, I can't imagine not having things going on all the time. But the support of family, the support of friends, goes a long, long, long way. Sometimes I do slow down, and I focus on me. Take care of myself. I try and every morning I journal, I write my prayers, and I have my time with God. And I pray with my family, I pray with my friends. Some days are easy, some days aren't so easy. But whenever I get a chance to rest, I take that time. And knowing that it's like you're storing it up for the next time because I'm going to need this. Maybe this coming week is going to be tough. So I'm going to take this time and I'm going to rest. I'm going to burn this fuel next week. But then in another few days, I'll have another break, right?
Somebody just said it's good to journal. Oh my God, I wish I could journal. I don't have the attention focus to journal, but I have heard it's really good.
I thought you did. No?
Not long form journaling. No. I like to notes in my iPod, in my
it's
phone.
So good. And I actually handwrite mine. I mean, I know I'm ancient, but like I buy all these colorful pens and notebooks. Like I love to write. And I just write everything. Like I'm talking to God, it's just everything's down there. And it's really like you're just taking everything off your chest and you're putting it there, and you pray and you close it, you put it down, and you start your day.
So you do that in the mornings?
Every morning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
One more thing to possibly add to my list of things I can do better this year, but I'm not going to start yet. Well, listen, Lola, I really want to thank you. I want to thank you for just being an amazing woman. Thank you for coming on Bossy Chats with me. We wanted to do this in December, but both of us were a little bit all over the place.
Great. This is wonderful.
It worked out really well. And I thank you for just being an amazing light in the world and your creativity. And we're all just learning from the way you navigate so many different spaces at the same time. So I wish you so well. I can't wait to get that call that like Gucci, Balenciaga, somebody's called you.
Amen.
And I better get something free. Like, I'm not paying.
Yes, you will.
I can't afford it. I'm a poor founder, so I need a Balenciaga.
Get it now.
Exactly.
Before the prices go up.
I know. So I wanted to just share on this.
Thank you for having me.
For nothing. It's
and
such a pleasure.
You are such an inspiration as well.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, let's turn the table, Madam Bossy. I mean, we're talking like this now, but I'm so proud of you as well. I mean, you've done an amazing job. I remember the day you called me and said, I've got the idea. And that's another thing. When God puts something, when it's something you're supposed to do, it's like an epiphany. Like it just comes to you. And it's like, it slaps you. And I remember you're like, I'm going to sell lipsticks. I was like, okay, like you spent you spent like $800 in Sephora one time. You better be selling some lipstick.
I know, right? It's been a journey. I know. It's been an amazing. That's why I connect so much with your story of being inspired, of just creating. I am sitting in my office right now, and when I'm designing new things or working with my designer, my soul is just, I'm happy. Like I'm wearing one of my lipsticks, eyeliners. I think you're wearing Bossy products as well.
I'm wearing Unstoppable. And then the blue, tell me the name again.
That's Musée Bleu you're wearing. That's from our Marrakesh eyeliner collection. I'm wearing Ciel Atlas and Gemma eyeliner, and I love creating. And this year we have so many new products coming out, and it's just been an unbelievable journey. And I always tell people we are about product excellence, but we're also about excellence in women. We're about igniting confidence in women and having content like this where I talk to everyday women who are doing extraordinary things, right? And you may not be an influencer who's got 1 million followers or whatever, but you are as significant as somebody with that level of followership that people need to know about. And so this is kind of so important to us as Bossy Cosmetics, is in elevating voices like yours and amplifying, because we want you to be successful. I keep saying, I want to see a lot more female billionaires. This is my goal.
Amen.
I want to be one of them, but I want there to be a whole posse of us. Like there needs to be a lot more wealthy women in the world, just for equity's sake, because we can invest in one another, we can support one another, we can start to form an old girls club that is supporting the women and girls. And so this is such meaningful work for me. So thank you so much. And I also want to talk about the giveaway. So we are giving away, what did you call this lady that I'm wearing her t-shirt again? What's her?
Fruit Lady.
The
Fruit Lady. She's like, in this warm place, which is very different from where I am right now. It's 39 degrees here. I want to be where she is.
Yeah, I'm in California. Sorry about that. But don't worry, when we have our fires, you don't want to be here. So we are giving away the Fruit Lady t-shirt and one of our Bossy Cosmetics lipsticks. If you can see, one of our bullet lipsticks. I'm wearing the color today called Inspiring. It's pink. So we're going to be giving away Inspiring Lipstick and the Fruit Lady t-shirt. I will put the information on our feed, on the Bossy Beauty feed. And basically, I think we'll announce the winner on Tuesday morning. And to win is to basically tag a woman, as many women who inspire you, and tell us why she inspires you. And then we will pick a winner and send you a free t-shirt and a free lipstick. So
yay! Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you so much, Lola, for doing this with me. I've enjoyed it so much. Always enjoy speaking to you. And yeah, let's just
thank you everyone for joining.
Yes, thank you everybody. Thank you. All right, bye, my love.
Bye.
Bye.